Hey guys, welcome back to the Savvy Shoppers. My name is Sarah and thank you for joining me today. Today I have been asked by a few people to do an update on my nail routine and some of the products that I've used in the past and some things that I've been using lately and what's been working for me. So I wanted to kind of do an update on what I've already talked about and also show you another product that I absolutely love that I've been using for about 6 months now. And it's a very viral product. I think it's got like 72,000, almost 5-star reviews on Amazon. And so I want to talk about it and let you know if I think it is worth all the hype. So if you're interested in that, I hope that you will stay tuned. And let's go ahead and get started. So the product that I mentioned about 7 months ago is the Nail Aid Keratin 3-Day Growth. This is a nail strengthening product that you put on. You can put it on by itself, or you can also put it under nail polish, over nail polish, kind of any way that you would like to use it. I am still using this product. I'm still enjoying this product. I mostly use it underneath nail polish, but sometimes if I'm in a hurry and I just need to get out the door, but I want to keep my nails nice and strong and protected, I will go ahead and put on a coat or two of this and then go about my business, and I can always do a manicure later on, but this does give it some strength and protection. So if you're interested in this particular review where I talk all about this product, I'll have it linked below so you can go ahead and go and watch that particular review. But today, what I want to talk about is the Onyx Hard as Hoof, and this is a nail strengthening cream. Now mine is out of the packaging. I will show you what it looks like when you receive it in the packaging. It comes in a hard plastic, typical packaging that's hard to open. But when I receive mine, I usually will take them out of the package and then I just put them in my night table drawer so I have another one ready to go when I'm finished with the current one. But it comes in a nice hard plastic container with a pretty lid. And when you open it up, it has kind of the little, classic plastic stopper piece. And when it first arrives, it's pretty smooth. It's generally smooth. This one actually has a little blemish in it from the factory, but normally it comes completely smooth. And then I just will, take a little bit out as I need to. I don't keep the little plastic thing once I open mine, but as I said, this one is new. So I will show you the one that I'm currently using. And I just, it lasts a while. I'm not even halfway through this one, and I've been using this one for about probably 6 weeks now. So what this is a nail strengthening cream. So you put it on your cuticles and your nail bed area and just rub it in and then go about your business. It doesn't stay tacky or greasy to me, so I'm able to use it and go about my business if I want to. But I mostly use this product at night when I'm watching TV with CJ, or right before I go to bed. I like to put it on so that I have that full 8 hours to just kind of let it sit without washing my hands off. So the reason that I have found that this works so well is I have never been able to grow my nails overly well. I have very flexible fingernails. They've always been super bendy and very oily. I have oily nail beds. That has not changed. I still can't keep polish on for more than a day or two, which is the reason that I had originally been wearing acrylic overlay on my natural nails for over 5 years. I used to go and get my nails done every 2 weeks, and they would put the acrylic overlay on my fingernails. And that is, just what I did for so many years. And I decided at the first part of last year that I wanted to discontinue doing that. It takes a long time because you have to go to a salon and, sit for at least an hour while they do everything. There's lots of drilling and filing, which damages your own nail plate quite a bit, and it leaves it very weak and brittle. The nail place that I went to was really wonderful. The gals there were great, but it is, like I said, time consuming, and it's also very costly. I think it was at least $70 every month for me to get my fingernails done, and I just didn't feel like that is where I wanted to put my money. If you enjoy doing that, absolutely, no judgment here. I'm just saying that for me personally, I could think of other things that maybe I wanted to put that money into. So I kind of have gone on a nail journey. So originally, when I saw this product, my mother had purchased it for my oldest daughter. She has nails similar to mine, and she had bought it for her because she had seen it on Amazon. And I noticed that for my daughter, her fingernails were growing very quickly and they were very, very strong. And she also has super flexible nails like I do. And so I noticed, it seems to be working very well for her. Maybe I should give it a try for me. So I did, and that was about 6 months ago, and I have never had nails this long and this strong. I'll try and get up close to the camera, and then of course I will take some footage of, my fingernails in B-roll for you so you can see a little bit, but I mean, they are incredibly long. I just have a top coat on right now, a nail strengthener and top coat. In fact, it's the 3-day growth, but they are just super long. My thumbs, they're both incredibly long. And as I said in the past, my nails would be very, very bendable, very, very flexible. And I have found that this has strengthened them so much. I have hit my fingernails. I have smashed my fingernails. There's that term jazz hands. Well, I have spaz hands. That's why I have a screen protector on my watch, just because I use a lot of gestures when I talk and things like that. And so I tend to hit my hands on things, or I'll walk past doorways and I'll, whack my hand accidentally. I'll grab to do my seat belt and I'll hit the panel right there. So, I do. And of course I'm busy like all of us are, and I don't take any special consideration with my hands. I do try and use rubber gloves when I'm like doing dishes and stuff. But so the point is that I've noticed a lot more strength. And in fact, I've had to cut my fingernails because they're so long and they, can get in the way of daily activities. I've never had to cut my fingernails because they were so long before. This is the first product that I've used where I've actually had to cut my fingernails because they were just so long. And in fact, they're quite long for me personally right now. But I've been waiting for one of my nails to break so that I would, even them all out, and that hasn't happened. I've had my nails this long for 3 months now, which is just unheard of for me. And obviously I can't be the only one who thinks this is a great product, because like I said, on Amazon, it's got like 75,000 reviews. So I feel like it does deserve the virality that it has gotten. And in fact, if you, do BuzzFeed or anything comes up on your social media accounts and things like that, a lot of times it will come up as one of Amazon's best rated products. So let me read you a couple of the claims. I'm going to put my reading glasses on, and I have my iPad right here, so that's where I will be looking. So now the amount you get is 1 ounce, but as I said, I have been using the one that I'm currently on for 6 weeks, and I've been using at least once or twice a day, and I still have more than half of the product, so a little bit goes a very long way. So the cost of it is right now on Amazon $8.88. I have mine on Subscribe and Save because this is a product that I want to keep in my rotation, but of course you wouldn't have to purchase it that way. So some of the things that it talks about is stronger, healthier nails, say goodbye to thin, brittle, soft, or fragile nails, and I do agree with that. So this nail strengthener is infused with vitamins, minerals, and emollients just to strengthen and condition your cuticles. It does help promote nail growth, so there's quite a few things that it claims to do. Now, it has a slight fragrance, and you might not care or even notice. It's slightly coconut to me, which I find pleasant. To me, it's not overly fragranced. There are some people in the comments who didn't care for the fragrance, but as I said, to me, it just smells kind of a little bit like coconut, like real coconut, not artificial coconut. But it does have a lot of things like natural oils like jojoba oil and things like that. It doesn't have any keratins or formaldehyde or any of those compounds that are sometimes put in products to make your fingernails grow. And so it doesn't have anything like that. It is mostly just oil and vitamins. And that's why I'm so surprised that it works so well and makes your nails so strong, because it doesn't have a lot of your classic nail growth ingredients that can sometimes be in like polishes and things. So, and I have found that it does help with the dry cuticles. Of course, we're still on the tail end of winter. We haven't quite entered springtime yet here in the Western Hemisphere. So of course, your hands can be a lot drier and things like that, at least for me personally. Hangnails and areas around your cuticle that can sometimes snag on things and stuff like that. So I do feel that that helps with just the general moisturization of my hands and not just the strength of my fingernails. So anyway, as I said, I am totally in love with this, and I thought I would update you on what I'm currently using, in addition to, of course, the product that I used before and talked about here on our channel. And so if you are interested in purchasing this product, I highly recommend it, and everything that you need to do so will be in the description box below, and I hope that you will give it a try. To me, it's easiest to get it on Amazon, and it is the best price that I have found getting it on Amazon. So I definitely recommend using Amazon as the place to find it. So, but I've been very happy with it, and I hope that you will be too. Definitely let me know if you've tried this product, and if you're thinking about giving it a try. It's been very successful for me and also for my daughter. So anyway, that's everything for today. I hope that you will consider subscribing and coming back to the Savvy Shoppers. We do all different kinds of reviews, product reviews. My husband does them also. And we have all different kinds of products that we're reviewing. We have kitchen items, we have appliances, also outdoor things, manly things, if you're interested in that. It's just not girly stuff like, nail products. But we have clothing and all different things. So hopefully you will consider subscribing and coming back for more content. And I hope to see you again then.